Alright. Hello, everyone. My name is Masterstarman, and, I think for the first little bit of this stream, I don't know how long exactly, but for the first little bit, I might just kind of talk for just a couple of minutes here. Not really a whole lot's been going on, but I guess there has been, I guess I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit and I guess kind of see, okay, alright, I'm just, saw some button on Twitch there that I just wanted to click on for a second. But yeah, welcome to tonight's stream. This is probably going to be different than most other streams I've done in a while because I haven't really done a whole lot as of late, and I want to keep streaming on Tuesdays because I usually do, but I also just kind of want to relax, for lack of a better word, I guess. I'll be live Thursday with more Mario Galaxy, but, yeah, besides that, tonight's stream is just going to be kind of very, very low-key. I don't really expect a whole lot otherwise. But, yeah, I guess I could kind of talk about a couple things. So, I did get a couple of things recently. I picked this up finally, which I have barely played. I haven't been that excited for 3D World, if I'm being honest, because I already own the Wii U version, and I don't know, I feel like it's one of my lesser favorite Mario games. I know that might be an unpopular opinion, and I also just haven't played Bowser Fury yet either. I'll get to that at some point, but I don't know, something about 3D World, I want to try and experience it with friends and see kind of how that is again, but yeah, besides that, I haven't really played 3D World much at all otherwise. But the big thing that I got otherwise was this, and I've been playing this quite a fair bit recently. Cause yeah, Xenoblade was kind of an early birthday present, actually. For those who don't know, my birthday is this Friday. I'll probably mention that, I guess, closer to Thursday's stream, I guess. Maybe I might stream for that day. I'm not honestly sure, but yeah. So, yeah. I hope everyone's kind of having a good night here. Just gonna be taking things nice and chill here for a little bit. Alright. So yeah, I hope everyone's kind of having a good old day here. Again, my day hasn't really been the most interesting thing in the world here, but it's been kind of just alright, I guess, as of late. There hasn't really been a whole... Well, I guess there was the Nintendo Direct last week, even though I talked about that for a little bit of Thursday's stream. I guess there's been some news since then, just today they announced that the new Tony Hawk... Well, the Tony Hawk remake, I believe, that came out last year, that's coming to Switch and the next-gen consoles. Which, that'll be interesting. I am looking forward to playing that at some point. I could get that on PC, but it's also, Epic Game Store exclusive, I think, and I just don't have an Epic Game Store account. I guess I wouldn't really be against it. I mean, I don't have much interest in that right now, I guess. Also, I'm surprised how, like, dim the lighting seems here. Like, although I don't know if there's any real good way of, like, adjusting that in any way. So... But, yeah. I guess besides that, I haven't really changed a whole lot of my thoughts from the last stream with some of the... Like, I guess there just hasn't really been a whole lot of extra news announced in recent times, I guess, but... I guess it's not so much of a bad thing, I suppose. So yeah, I hope everyone is having a good day, though. And if you're not, then I hope something comes along to make your day a little bit better, I guess. As of right now, though, I think I might try and put something on here. Alright, let's kind of go ahead and do this. I think I need to... Okay, I am going to change the game here, so... Well, first I'm going to select the game first, but... Also, wow, my TV's louder than I thought it was there. Oh, hey, there's something new to play. A game I'm not going to play, most likely. Yeah, Fire and Ice. No thanks. Can I sort this better here? There we go. So, yeah, we're gonna be doing something a little bit more casual for once here. And by that I mean I'm gonna be playing Kirby's Adventure. I did a stream of this not too long ago, but... Yeah, I'm just feeling like playing this game again. Honestly, like, I don't really want to do anything else tonight. My save file got erased before, so... If that happens again, then, there's a problem. So, let's just kind of go ahead and get that started, though. I did a stream of this not that long ago. Also, okay, I gotta remember the controls again. Yeah, I did a stream of this, like, not too long ago. There's not really a lot else I feel like playing right now. Like, I'm really kind of just in a rut where... And, like, there's some games that, like, I wouldn't mind playing, but also I'm saving ideas for possible future LPs and stuff. And I guess technically I didn't finish the stream of this, because literally the game crashed, like, right at the very end. Which was really weird. Also, I don't know why I'm going this way here, but... Yeah, I don't know. I just want something simple and casual to try and stream for the night, so... Surprised that didn't hit me, but okay. Because I also know I can beat this game in about 2 hours, so that'll be fun, I guess. Alright, let's just do some crane games here. It's probably not gonna work as well, but we can at least try. That guy's fallen. Yep, that guy's definitely fallen. I used to be, like, way better at this minigame than I am now, but... Oh well. Oh no. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Yay, we at least got 2 lives out of that. I don't know how often I'm going to be playing that minigame because if I'm going to be playing this all in one sitting, then, which I've done, like, more times than I care to count. Yeah. Yeah, just in general, this is really one of my favorite NES games, and I can't really explain, like, what exactly, and not just in the sense that it's Kirby, because, like, as weird as it is, I honestly prefer this over the 16-bit remake of this game, which I think is maybe a bit of an unpopular opinion in these days, but I don't know, something about this game just, like, clicks with me really well, and I can't exactly explain what about it is. Come on. Thank you. I don't really know why I'm giving Cutter up for Crash here. Cutter's like my favorite ability in this game, but... yeah. Alright. Not that. Yeah, so as the title, as the text kind of implies, like, feel free to just kind of ask me just random stuff throughout the stream. I remember there was one time back in... Oh god, this would have been, like, 2012, I think. I did a stream with a friend of mine once, like, probably one of my earliest streams on Twitch. Well, no, I guess not one of my earliest. I think I was streaming on Twitch for a little while before then. Like, eventually it kind of turned into, like, a really big Q&A that lasted, like, an hour or two. We were basically streaming, like, Pikmin 2 challenge mode things. And that, like, that was still a pretty recent game at the time, or at least the Wii version of that game was. Or at least, like, in the West it was, because it didn't come out in the West until, or North America, I guess I should say, until, 2012, so... Yeah. Thanks. Gonna get health here any second now, so... Alright. Oh, yeah, this level. This level can be pretty fun. So got our first instance of Mr. Flosty here. I'm always gonna love that typo in Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Good old Mr. Flosty. come on. Ah, shoot. Whatever. Yeah, no, you're not doing that to me today again. Alright. And we got good old Meta Knight here. Giving us an M tomato here. Time to see the game lag to hell and... Excuse me, to hell and back here. I don't know why, it's fun just, like, running through those, shots there that... While you're invincible and the game's just lagging like no tomorrow there. I should definitely make some sort of Kirby alert. I'm not really sure what yet, but... I could definitely think of something, though. This is a boss fight, alright. That is definitely a boss fight. Alright. Kinda lost freeze there, but that's alright. I think... Okay, that shouldn't have hurt me there, but alright. I'm kind of just ignoring the extra life room, because that's all that is just an extra life room. I was told at work earlier that, like, it feels like it's a Thursday, but in reality it's only Tuesday. And I'm definitely feeling that now. Like, I'm feeling like it should be, like, a Friday, and I just want to play, like, some Friday game, because I feel like when I was younger, this would have been the kind of game I would have played on a Friday, or at least, well, either this or Nightmare in Dreamland, but, yeah, evidently it's clearly not Friday, though. It's only Tuesday. So, I don't know. It does just feel a little bit strange, I guess. But anyways... But yeah, I can't really explain what about Kirby's Adventure it is, but this was always one of my favorite Kirby games. Possible nostalgia, I guess, because, like, the Game Boy Advance version of this game was my first ever Kirby game. I guess I'll take Sword for this. I should revisit Nightmare in Dreamland sometime. I do... I mean, obviously, like, I still own my copy of that game, but... I don't really play that game a whole lot these days. I honestly can't remember the last time I played Nightmare in Dreamland. I feel like last time I think I did play it, I had a friend who had the Game Boy Advance version of that as well, and, like, I think we tested out the multiplayer just to kind of see how that was. And, like, I remember it not being so bad. I also just do not remember that level being so short, but okay then. I feel like the time we did try playing this, it was mostly me going everywhere and him not really, like, into it as much as I was, I guess. But then again, I've also just played this game so many times that, yeah. I don't think I can get UFO in this level without beams, so I'm not even gonna bother, I guess. Part of me kind of wants to do Infinite UFO, because that does, like, you can beat the game way faster with that, but I don't know, I don't really feel like messing with that. You beat the game way faster because you just move way faster. Like, there's... stuff dies easier, you don't have as much, like... how should I describe it? Okay, can I actually hit that? Thank you. This is gonna be... okay, yeah, screw it, I'm not using... that. Hey, Ardo, more Kirby is always the name you should know in the start of the show. Come on. I'm gonna die to this, aren't I? Also, this is a bad placement of these two enemies here. Thank you. Yeah, maybe I might, like, stream or play through the Game Boy Advance version of this again sometime, because I do own that. I don't think I lost it anyway, I hope not, but... pretty sure... oh, by the way, I have, like, a Game Boy Advance, like, carrying case here. Well, I say I have my favorite Kirby game right here, which is Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, but that's not the one I'm looking for. Yep. Good old Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. I'm actually curious what else is in here, like... let's finish this level and then have a quick look through my random Game Boy Advance, and whatnot games here. Let's bring that up here. So let's just quickly see what we got here. We have Pokemon Fire Red. We got, I already showed off Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. We have good old Sonic Advance 3. Pac-Man Collection. Good old Sonic Battle. Oh boy, everyone's favorite game that everyone just totally remembers. Yoshi Topsy-Turvy. Yes, this is a Game Boy Advance cart. We have my old copy of Pokemon Leaf Green. Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Oh wow, yeah, that is a really strange history, going from the first game, an earlier Game Boy game. I know Star Stacker is a puzzle game. I don't remember exactly when it came out, to a late 2000s DS game. Yeah, that is a little interesting. I got good old Mega Man Battle Network White 3 here. Which is my only Mega Man Battle Network game, and I'm also terrible at that, so... we got good old Yoshi's Island. We got a gem from the Game Boy Advance. I'm being sarcastic saying this. Mario Pinball Land. I did a mystery game of that a couple years ago. I do not like Mario Pinball Land very much. We got Zatch Bell Electric Arena, which is probably one of my biggest guilty pleasure games, because it's not a very good fighting game, but I also just played a lot of it regardless. We got Mario Golf Advance Tour, which is a series I've been very interested in as of late. I want to go back to that at some point, too, and kind of see how well that holds up. I've heard it's very simplistic, but that might be why I liked it so much growing up. We got everyone's favorite game, Fortress. If you've never heard of Fortress, I don't blame you. We got Mario World here. We got another pinball game. We got Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire here. Not too crazy about that game either, but I at least, like, I like it more than Mario Pinball Land, but not by much. I'm just terrible at pinball, to be fair. We got Rayman Hodom's Revenge here, which a friend of mine just gave me this on the back of the bus, and I gotta say I quite enjoyed that. It's kind of like a successor to Rayman 3, so if you like the characters and plot of Rayman 3, I think I could recommend giving that one a go. We got a game I very recently did a Let's Play of, The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. We have one of my favorites on the Game Boy Advance, which is not Tang Tang. If you've never heard of Tang Tang before, I don't blame you. This game is not good. We have good old Mario Party Advance here. And what I actually meant by one of my favorites on the Game Boy Advance is Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, which was one of my first ever RPGs. And that's a game I still really, really love to this day. I also have two episodes of the Pokemon Johto anime, which are the two Playing with Fire and Johto Photo Finish, which are like the two Harrison episodes from the Johto League. Yeah, I love Superstar Saga. I wouldn't mind replaying that at some point. I never did finish playing the 3DS version. I got that as a gift a couple years ago. I got about halfway through that and then just kind of put it down. I wouldn't mind going back to that at some point. And I also have good old SpongeBob SquarePants on GBA Video. I don't remember what episodes are on this. I think the Bubble Stand one was on that, but I don't remember what else. Maybe Plankton, I think, was an episode on that as well. I don't remember. It was a bunch of Season 1 stuff, though. Which I guess now I have the Season 1 of that on DVD, and I guess I also have Pokemon Master Quest on DVD as well, so that's a thing. But speaking of Pokemon Johto, I also randomly have a copy of Pokemon Silver here. And like the one other Game Boy game that I own, which I actually would not mind revisiting this on a stream sometime, maybe. We got Donkey Kong 94, which is a bit of a cult classic. I think a lot of people generally like DK94. I wouldn't mind giving that game another shot sometime. And yeah, that's basically most of the Game Boy Advance games I own right now. I had other ones growing up too, like some I lost, some I sold or gave away, like true story, I had 2 Dora the Explorer games growing up. I don't regret selling those or whatever happened to those because they weren't that great. That's okay, there we go. I don't miss those Dora the Explorer games. I don't even remember what they were exactly. It was something spy and something pirate. Like, one was like a spy, like a super spy game, and one was like a pirate themed game. They were both basically the same game, just with like very slight differences. And like both of them you could beat in like what felt like an hour, if that. Like, this is a short game here, and it makes those games look, and like, I felt like that door game made this game look like Xenoblade, to compare it to something, I guess, because, and I'm just not going to take that, because you can't even use that in the next room. Or, well, actually, yeah, you can, but not well anyway. It's this room you can't use it in, yeah. Alright. What other weird GBA games did I have? Yeah, the mic ability was an item in Kirby's Dreamland. Or no, I'm gonna be honest, I thought you were responding to something in the Dora the Explorer game as, like, a character named Mike appearing in that, and I'm like, dude, I don't fucking remember Dora the Explorer Super Spies or whatever that game's called. Sure, I'll take Parasol, I guess, or not. Fine, fine, be that way. Yeah, it probably would be a talking microphone, honestly. Good old wheel Kirby. That was dumb. That was very dumb. It's a good thing I have 12 lives. Okay, so let's get this straight. I crossed the first gap, no problem at all. But I was able to plink off that second one. That's... good game. Oh, hey, health I just did not need. What other games did I own on Game Boy Advance? Like... I know I owned the Disney skateboarding game on Game Boy Advance. Which I think I've heard, like, just not good things about, like, any version of that game. And I've heard, like, from what I remember of the GBA version, it wasn't anything special at all. Oh, shoot, I'm definitely taking a hit from that. Yeah, and I'm falling all the way down, of course. Okay, can I get away from an infinitely respawning bomb, please? Come the frick on, seriously? What other games did I own? I know I think I had Finding Nemo on the Game Boy Advance for some reason. And I remember people kept arguing with me that it was, like, the exact same game as the console counterpart because both of them were, like, side-scrollers. Except from what I've seen and heard, not at all. They had, like, a similar, like, gameplay style, but, so I should see if I can try and do the infinite mic trick. I'm not the greatest at doing that, but I guess we'll kind of wait and see. Shoot. Not the best at fighting Paint Roller, admittedly. Although I do feel like he is easier with a power-up than without one. Oh, come on. Okay, now's the point where I'm gonna start needing a mic. That is not a mic. Give me a mic. That's a Waddle Dee. There we go. That's a mic! I'm dead! Ugh, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew exactly that that was going to happen. Let's try that again. I'm gonna try and do the glitch that gives you infinite mic. It's a fun glitch, but it's also just not the most practical thing in the world either. Like, infinite UFO is game-breaking. Infinite mic doesn't really help you a whole lot. Alright. Ah, dang it, I don't think I got that. That's whatever. It's not the most practical glitch in the world anyway. You might need to use it on, like, your last mic, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Take this just to break the first mini-boss here. So we're in good old butter buildings now. From here on out, every world has 6 levels. Hey, have fun. I'll take Mike yet again. I'm not even gonna bother with that, honestly. I remember years ago, like, this is kind of a funny story. So there's a program that you can download that's... It's basically like an editor for the original Legend of Zelda. It's called, ZQuest / Zelda Classic. ZQuest is, like, the editor, and Zelda Classic is, like, the thing that you can use to play these quest files. And it's a really intricate program, like, to the point where, like, people have made their own full fan games using this, and to my knowledge, I don't think that there's ever been any sort of legal action for that, which is shocking, given that this program's also existed for over 20 years, apparently. Which sounds like an absurdly long time for something like this, given that Nintendo's kind of shut down just about everything else. But, yeah. And it wasn't just that you could do, like, stuff with, like, just Zelda 1 either. You could do things, like... There was... It was like the Zelda 1 engine, but you could do a lot more with it. You could make, like... You could do simple things like make, I'm gonna try and see if I can get something decent. Or not. Alright, let's see what we get here. Hell the frickin' yes! Okay. We're golden here. Yeah, like, you could do things in the Zelda 1 engine, like, you could get items from, like, A Link to the Past, basically. Like, the hammer, the hook shot, stuff like that. And you could also, like, change up quest rules and stuff, like... You could have stuff like faster scrolling speed and just, like, really nice quality of life things that just don't really exist in Zelda 1. And you could also do things like custom sprites, like sprite ripping, like you could, like, rip sprites from, like, other sources. I'm losing that UFO, damn it. Ah, crap. Well, this is gonna be a little bit more awkward here. But yeah, you could, like, rip custom sprites from other games and, like, just design your own sprites. It was a really just cool and intricate program. Like, whenever people say that they want some sort of Zelda maker, I kind of think back to that program, and I don't think I could see an official Zelda maker anytime soon. Like, I know we had, like, the Dante stuff in, the Link's Awakening remake, but I feel like there's a lot more intricate things, like, for example, when, like, when you go through, like, doors and stuff, or not doors, but, like, when you go through, like, warps and stuff, you have to, like, manually set where you want, like, what screens you want the warps to go through. You want to set, like, where the game actually, like, puts you, etc. Also, I should mention that when I first played this game as a kid, like, I just could not beat Bugsy for some reason. Like, when I was, like, really young, I mean. And, of course, he obviously drops the backdrop ability, which is just weird, but Here's a reason this ability just has never returned. And also, they gave it the Fighter Kirby headband in Nightmare Dreamland, so... By not returned, I mean not returned in, like, any later game, not the one remake that this game got. Alright. Backdrop's honestly not half bad of an ability, you just need to actually have something to kind of suck up in order for it to be somewhat decent. So man, is everyone just choosing, I guess it is like 8 o'clock now, but like, everyone's just choosing now to go live on Twitch, it seems. But yeah, I think doing a quick, like, maybe a Google search or something, like, it would be probably worth, like, just checking out, just kind of seeing what Zelda Classic is. I'm not, like, it's one of those things that's, like, I'm surprised it hasn't been taken down now, and I think people are trying to be, like, quiet about it since the whole, like, since every, like, big fan project just gets shut down now, it feels like, which is probably not what people would want to have happen to probably one of the longest running fan projects of any Nintendo game, I think. But it's very fascinating, the stuff some people have done. Like, I've seen people do, like, Mega Man quests and, like, rather intricately long, like, Mega Man quests and stuff, too. Like, one... Okay, this LP I watched was back when YouTube had, like, a 10-minute time limit, but it was, like, a 70-part Let's Play. So... it's just a really intricate program to kind of use, so... Alright. Here we got ice there. Actually, no, that would be Freeze Kirby in this game. Never mind. I forgot that was an ability, even though I used it earlier. I guess if there's one thing I will give, yeah, that was a really ambitious effect, yeah. I guess if there's one thing I will give, Freeze Kirby, I like that in Nightmare and Dreamland, it's literally just, like, Kirby's Ice Climber hat from, Melee. Okay, sorry, backdrop, you served me well, but I want my hammer. Good old Popo Kirby, yeah. I like that there's at least, like, a good 3D model of that, too, from, Air Ride. You can kind of see it better in that. Which I guess that shouldn't surprise me too much when Sakurai made that game as well, but... yeah. I remember being confused as a kid, wondering why abilities like burning and freeze and I guess just those two. I don't think I knew what Plasma Kirby was at the time because I didn't play Superstar then, but I remember being like confused as to why abilities like freeze and burning just never appeared in the anime, even though it would have been super redundant. I also just, because I didn't play Superstar at the time, I didn't know how so many abilities, like, debuted in that game. Because, like, I think, by the time I started getting, like, really into the anime, I think was around the time Amazing Mirror was coming out. And Bomb Kirby is in Amazing Mirror, so I was, like, thinking it was something to do with that, even though I think that the episode originally aired way before that. It was something weird. And also Bomb's in Kirby 64, so... I would agree with that, Erdo. I do think that is true. Except that, for some reason, Star Allies decided to bring Plasma Kirby back, and for that, I have no idea what they were thinking. Good old Light Kirby room, which I'm just not going to use. Light's an ability that they really should flesh out. That's, like, such a cool concept for an ability, but, like, it's just such a wasteful thing in this game. Like, give it, like, I don't know, give it, like, I think my mind's thinking of Castlevania Order of Ecclesia here. There's, like a glyph you can get, like, late game, I think, called, like, Vol Illuminato, I think. Which is just kind of like a wreck stuff up ability in that game. But yeah, Light's an ability that really needs to be actually fleshed out here. Alright, Mr. Bright and Mr. Shine, let's see how this goes. I don't think I've ever done this with Hammer, actually. Oh, come on, seriously? Surprised I was able to still inhale that. Oh, come on! Oh, come on, seriously? Well, I'm doing this Bustard here. I'm probably not going to make peace with the Sun and Moon here at the rate this is all going here. Of course, that does count as a solid wall there. Why wouldn't it? This fight is obnoxious. Oh, crap. Okay, that's going to start shooting stars at me here. I see how this is going to go. What abilities can I get here? Wouldn't mind, like, laser. Actually, isn't this... that's high jump. Not the best ability for that. The arena fights here also aren't helpful for this, because it's either just freeze Kirby, which I don't really want. Okay, thank God. Thank God. This just became a lot easier. Yeah, the light bulb... Honestly, yeah, the light bulb would be, like, a good idea for a light-based Kirby ability, and if Kirby 64 proved anything, the light bulb is pretty good, generally. Which one am I fighting first? You. This is gonna go way simpler now. I don't think laser's the... Oh, crap. Laser's not the strongest ability in the world, but at least I have range on my side for this. Yeah, it's... okay. This just became a lot simpler now. Okay, yeah, you're using your giant Hyper Beam here now. Actually, attack, please. Crap. There we go. Yeah, Spark, I kind of forget about some of the Dreamland 2 and 3 abilities. I should play those at some point again, because I never did finish Dreamland 2 and 3. I know especially Dreamland 3, I know was a very, very love it or hate it kind of game. I was always kind of under the impression that Dreamland 3 was, like, just okay for me. If I'm to play any game in that format, I'd probably just play Kirby 64. Oh, I can get UFO here. Hello. Good old part-time UFO here. Taking things nice and slowly so that doesn't happen. And this is another secret that they made way easier to find in the GBA version, but, like, if I was a kid growing up with the NES version, I would have to ask, how is anyone supposed to know there's a secret here? Other than, like, okay, there is one very out-of-place thing here. But, like, just by looking at this, though, are you really gonna know that there's a secret door there? Okay, no, let me actually get that. Yeah, that's a fair point with Dreamland 3. Like, there are things I do kind of legitimately like about that game. Like, the art style I do really like. I can see, like, why that's a highlight for a lot of people. Yeah, I can't take UFO into the next level, so I'll switch to Cutter, I guess. I just think as a game, like, I don't know, I can't help but feel like Dreamland 3 just isn't my thing, especially that it came out after Superstar. And then again, Superstar is also just not even my favorite Kirby game either, even though I really love it, and it introduced most of my favorite abilities. I think that could just be from playing Superstar so many times over the years. Like, I probably play that game, I'd say a couple times a year, honestly, and it wasn't even that long ago when we last played Superstar. Like, not even 2 months ago now. I guess it wasn't even that long ago when I last played this either, because I did a stream of this last year, but then the game literally corrupted, like, end game, which was, like, really weird. I've never seen, a Nintendo Switch Online software just, like, crash like that. For me, personally, I'm trying to think, like, I did, like, a list of, like, my favorite Kirby games back in the day, but, like, I don't know exactly, like, how much I hold up to that now. Because it's difficult for me thinking of games that I really like, but maybe not have aged the best. Or have, like, simpler things, but I still played a lot of, versus games that, I've maybe only played, like, once or twice in recent years. Like, objectively, like, I guess to put it this way here, objectively, I think Planet Robobot is one of the best Kirby games, period. But I don't know if I could see myself liking that game more than I like a game like Squeak Squad, which is another weird one to compare to, but, like, I know it's at times as average as Squeak Squad can be, I still just like that game a lot anyway. And this is another cool level here. Or, like, as probably not well-aged as it is, I actually quite like Kirby Canvas Curse on DS. That could also be, like, I remember back in, like, early 2005 when that game came out, I think it was IGN or someone maybe said, like, that was, like, the first actually good game on the DS, which is just kind of weird to think of there being a time when the DS was, like, not the biggest thing in the world that we know now, I guess. No, it's not, like, the biggest thing in the world, but the DS had a very successful run, but it wasn't really doing so hot in early 2005. I think the big problem with Canvas Curse is, oh god, if you ever try going for 100% in that game, it's probably the worst Kirby game to ever 100%. I'm gonna be blunt and state that. Probably because you need to play the entire game. Like, imagine the Mario 3D World problem without there being a multiplayer thing, although granted for a much shorter game, admittedly. Like, imagine that, basically. Because Canvas Curse to 100%, you need to beat the game 5 times. And There's also just a lot of, like, weirdly frustrating side minigames you gotta do as well. Then again, I don't think I've ever done that myself. I don't know if I'd ever want to do that myself. I remember watching a Let's Play that was like that last year. Alright, stage 4. I should see it. Do I have that list of my favorite Kirby games here? I had that written down on my phone for a while. Yeah, I do have this list here. When did I write this? Okay, I last revised this in 2018, so probably before that, I would say. So, my number 10 is Planet Robobot. Now, honestly, these, like, I don't care what order some of these are in, honestly. Especially the lower half, I feel like I could put in almost any order. And also, this was made before Star Allies came out, but I think I would still prefer Star Ally, or prefer Robobot over that, if given the choice, but it's hard to say. Unrelated, I remember this level giving me a bit of trouble when I first played this game also, or like this section of level here. Let's see how bad this goes here. Nice! I'm actually surprised I got that. But yeah, so, number 10, Planet Robobot, number 9, Canvas Curse, number 8, Squeak Squad, number 7, Kirby 64, number 6, Kirby's Epic Yarn. I feel like it's hard to really, like, I could interchangeably put Epic Yarn or 64, like, I like both those games quite a bit, and I think replaying 64, like, however long ago it was when I did that stream of it, I think I was, like, reminded of a lot of things that I liked about that game that, I kind of forgot about. Oh, come the frick on, Rolling Turtle, seriously? Screw you, Fan was always better than you. Oh, for frick's sake, seriously. Okay, I thought I was damaged from that. If I wasn't, I don't know how. Get the frick out of here. But yeah, and then after that, so my top 5 are Superstar Ultra. This game, I feel like I'd rank this above Superstar only on merit of nostalgia, because I do love both games. Yeah, he's definitely probably the most forgettable mini-boss. Kirby's Return to Dreamland, which is definitely my favorite of the modern era Kirby games. Kirby Air Ride, which I know... Air Ride's one of those weird games, because you either really love it or you really don't. And I'm definitely still on the impression that we really should deserve a sequel to that at some point. Like, not even a full, like, remake or anything, but, like, an actual, like, fully expanded sequel. I would totally be on board with that. And I've wanted a new Kirby Air Ride since... Okay, let's not use iframes in the middle of a cannon there. That's just a slowdown recipe. Is this health? Not... If it is, it's not worth it. I don't think it is, actually. I think it's a 1-up. Crap, I have to fight Meta Knight on 2 health. Oh, this is gonna suck. But yeah, my favorite Kirby game is Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, which I've said a bunch of times. I know that game hasn't really aged the best. I know some people who've kind of had a less than desirable time trying to get into that. I know some people who couldn't really get into that. I think Amazing Mirror is another game that honestly, like, I'd say the formula does deserve, like, another chance in some form. Yeah. It's hard for me to say because, like, I agree that experiencing that game... Okay, if this was a modern-day Kirby game, there would definitely be a secret in this moon here. There is in a moon in a later level, but not here. But, like, if this was, like, Triple Deluxe or something, there'd most certainly be a secret there. And then again, this room's also just completely different in the GBA version, too, though, so... But yeah. Like... I don't think anyone's first exposure to Amazing Mirror should be the 4-player. But... Like, I've played the game 100% with one other person before. It's like a 2-player game. And that went largely smoothly, but it was also 2 people that knew what they were doing and just kind of following each other. Like me and one of my friends. If, like, people are always split up all the time, like, yeah, I do think it can make for a bit of a frustrating experience. Then again, it could also just be said that, like, I've played Amazing Mirror so much that I'm just kind of used to all the weird BS in that game. It's weird for me to think of why I like that game so much, because it's not even just that I like Metroidvanias, because, like, as a Metroidvania, it's kind of a bare one. I would be totally down for a version of that game with online multiplayer. I know, like, the online is a bit, like, leaves a lot to be desired, but, like, I'd be totally down with a remake of that game. Alright. I'm not gonna bother with that. Once again, really weird secret. That one at least isn't so bad. You're basically just supposed to find that using the light ability. I think as a kid, actually, I found every single secret in this game except the one in 7.6. Because I think they do make some of those secrets a lot easier to find in the GBA version. Even, like, some hidden areas, I think, are a little bit more distinct in that version. And there's, like, more detail on, like, some secret doors. Sorry, I shouldn't be yawning like that. I'll just take this anyway. I'm gonna be fighting Krakow with... I said I'm gonna be fighting Krakow with high jump here. Alright. I think we're about halfway through the game now, too, so... Which isn't so bad. I know it is possible to get through this without using high jump. I'm not great at it. But I know it is definitely possible. Alright, now let me suck up your lightning and get sword, because the anime was really freaking weird sometimes. I'm surprised that doesn't get, like, a bigger stink out of people than, like, it does. Like, you feel... you feel like it would've, but... Especially since stuff literally right after it happens is like, he sucked up the lightning! And you think it's just gonna be Spark Kirby, but no, it's Sword Kirby. Which is just weird in the sense that Sword's in the previous episode, and Spark literally does not appear for another 69 episodes. Oh, the anime is so weird sometimes, but yeah. I think this level has a secret here, doesn't it? Yeah, it's in this room. This is another visually distinct room. Also, why is there a light guy there? You know, I'm also thinking about this now, too. There was, like, an old promo video that I saw for, Nightmare in Dreamland when, actually, funny enough. So speaking of the anime, I also just randomly have a couple of these DVDs lying around here. There's like a promo for Nightmare in Dreamland on one of those, but like it uses all entirely beta footage, which looks like it's from a completely original Kirby game and not a remake of this game. And like, not gonna lie, I kind of wish like we could play some of the levels from that trailer. I don't know if I could find any footage of that, but yeah. It's also just crazy how many weird bonus features are on this, like this DVD here has, in addition, like 3 episodes of the show, a bonus, where does it say that? Yeah. Bonus video, 15-minute video strategy guide for Kirby Air Ride, which is, like, just about the most, like, 2000s thing to do. Put what is effectively, like, the equivalent of, like, a Let's Play or a tutorial video, I guess you could say, as a bonus feature on a DVD in, like, 2003 or 4, whenever that came out. You know, just to be on the safe side, I was gonna do this a little while ago. Not that. I'm doing this solely on the merit that I have had this game crash on me before, so like literally during the final boss. And if that happens again, which hopefully it doesn't, then yeah, I'll make another one closer to the point, but yeah, really. The game really just did not like me beating Nightmare's, like, first phase there. Okay, where's the... yeah. This is such a weird thing, because you think this door here is, like, the way back, but in reality, it's not. I hope I didn't miss a secret in this level. I have a feeling I might have. Actually, yeah, I think I did miss a secret in this level, unless I just don't remember it. Like, what? I guess I'll find out in 2 seconds here. Also, I'm not looking forward to the end of this world, because, like, stage 5-6 to 6-2 is kind of, like, the dark stretch for me, and then 6-5 is just the worst. Because, like, from... it's not so bad, but, like, you need Hammer for, like, 3 stages between... Okay, yeah, that's not the stage with the secret, it's this one. Actually, this one has a secret too, but this wasn't the level I was thinking it was. Yeah, come to think of it, we're definitely in, like, the part of the game I consider annoying, because not so much this level, or even, like... Come on. I kind of wanted wheel here anyway, though. Let's go. Got a good old Poppy there. Not Poppy Alpha, not QT, not anything. We just got Poppy Blank Face. I meant to suck up that stone there. So I thought that was the secret of this level. It might not be if this is the next room I think it is. No. Is there just not a secret in this level, or am I thinking of... I love how I'm having weird doubts about a game I know I've played, like, more times than I care to count. Whatever. I guess there might not be a secret in that level after all. Oh, okay, I guess not. This level I know for a fact, again, this isn't the level I keep thinking it is here, so... I want to say this one... I don't know. I want to say that there is a secret in one of these levels that I keep thinking of, but it may not even be this one for all I know. I know the next one for a fact does, but it's not the secret level I'm thinking of. I will gladly take this, even though I do not need it at all. Come on, game. Ah, crap. Okay, it's this one here. This one's not so bad. I was trying to go into Fireball there, game. Well, these fights are easier with Inhale anyway, and thankfully after this there's only one left, so... See, was that really so hard? Okay, yeah, this is the level I was thinking of. The secret's in this area here. Not taking ball, Kirby. I feel like the next, like, 4 stages are all gonna be pretty annoying here. It's kind of like the point of the game I don't really like doing the most. Okay, yeah, this is what I was thinking of here. This room's fun. And I'm free falling. Man, I'm sorry for yawning so much. I am gonna go refill my tea here, I think. Just because we do have a string of stages that are gonna be kind of on the annoying side, so let's make sure we have some tea for that. Okay. Let's go on to 5-5 here. This stage itself isn't so bad, it's just getting the switch here can be kind of annoying. It's also just in an area that's, like, really different. Okay, no, hold on. Because you have to do this in a very meticulous way. You have to break this, make sure this hothead doesn't, like, despawn. Inhale this, like, you have to break those blocks with high jump specifically. Light that, get in the cannon here. Okay. And then, there we go. That's a lot trickier than it looks, because if you... Any number of things can mess up. If you have to do it in kind of that specific way. The hothead, if it wanders off camera, that's it. If it dies, that's it. You have to, like... It's easy enough to reset, thankfully, but it is still annoying at the very least. But... Oh, well. Oh, shoot, I kind of wanted that health, but I'm mostly full. And this isn't even the thing I find annoying, it's that every level after this, I have to keep hammer for, like, a good while. Although I don't think 6-2 is as bad for that, because I think you can get the same result as with, Stone, if I remember right. Also, hi, Fire Lion. Fire Lion, you look way, way more pathetic in this game than you're supposed to. But, oh well. It is a very derpy Fire Lion. It's also, like, way more intimidating in any of the later games it's in, like Nightmare Dreamland and Superstar Ultra and stuff. Alright, time to basically carry Hammer Kirby for an entire freaking level here. This is gonna be obnoxious. Also, I've noticed that, like, a lot of these arena battles are, like, a lot, like, harder versions of some of these bosses. Okay, thank God that last one missed there. Thankfully, also, the boss of this world also randomly drops hammer as well, which is really weird. But I guess that's one easy way to keep this ability anyway. And I always take my sweet-ass time with this first section here, just because I don't like being born to be wild here. There we go. Okay, you can just... there. You can just drop, if you don't mind there, Rocky. Thank you. Feel bad that I had to wait that out for you, but... and I was almost just hit by that. I think we're mostly home free. Yeah, there's just like 2 random Waddle Dees, I think. 3, maybe a squid. 4. 1 blipper that's not going to come anywhere near me. Thank God. Alright. 1 out of 3 is down. The other 2 I don't even think are that bad. Like, I always worry about these, but in reality, I've also played this game so much that, like, you know, didn't I just make it through this whole level without being hit, basically? Like, it's not nearly as bad as I make it out to be, either. But that's also just from playing this game so many times, I think. Alright, stage 6. Actually, no, boss fight, never mind. Good old heavy mole here. What a weird freaking Kirby villain. Come the hell on, seriously? Let's try this again here. Okay, I want to get a yellow missile here. There we go. I don't know why those randomly drop hammer, but I can't really complain too much. Okay, I can't exactly do a whole lot about this here. Also great, now I'm thinking about freaking Buzzsaw Man pants for some reason. I haven't watched that Let's Play in a long time. I should probably watch that one again sometime. Oh, shoot! Okay, I don't know how I did not die from that there, but okay then. That was the longest I think that fight has ever gone on. Yeah, definitely the first of all the heavy bosses. Good old Heavy Lobster, the anime exclusive Heavy Anaconda. Alright, this is another, like, stage where you basically have to take hammer really far into it. And I'm ignoring that fight, because that's literally a useless fight with fan. Oh, shit! It's okay, it's okay. There's something else I can do to get that back. If you fight or... I thought you needed the throw ability to get that. Okay, yeah, you can get... That is a much harder thing to do than I made it look there, yeah. You can get hammer from that, but it's not the most fun thing in the world there. Okay. Oh my god, thank you. I think we're out of Dark Ages here. I mean, we still have, like, 6-2 to go through. But, like... That jump I made there, like, the jumping in and hailing those two enemies to get hammer, that's a lot harder than it looks, because one accidental hit, and you're falling in that pit. Can this game stop? Oh, yeah, like that. There's not a thing you can do about that. Oh, man. I'm actually not, like, worried for the next... Oh, shoot! I'm so glad this got fixed in later games. I almost just died a third time there. I'm not that worried. Like, 6-2 really isn't as bad as I ever make it out to be. It's something that I think they intend for you to have hammer for, but you can actually get stone in this level that makes it, like, just as easy. And again, it's also not even the worst level in this world. That's definitely 6-5 by a mile. Yeah, I hope at the end of the day everyone is having a good day, though. My day was a little bit quiet, but I also had to be up earlier than usual for work today, so I will look forward to, like, I can't even say that much earlier, but like it was only like a half hour earlier that I woke up, but you know, that is still a half hour. I'll look forward to, like, actually getting a chance to wake up at a normal time for once again. Alright, there we go. Now to carry this ability halfway through a level. It isn't so bad, you just kind of want to take your time and not be hit by a bunch of Scarfies. Okay, yeah, it's in this room that we gotta go through. Die. Okay, thank God. I think if you inhale these two Sparkies together, you can also get, like, hammer or stone or something to help with that. I'm not really sure what's dictating getting the random ability to give hammer all the time, but I would test that out, but I don't have the means to now. Honestly, that's fine. We've gone through, like, this whole... We're at, like, the end of the bad level stretch, as I'll call it. And honestly, some of these levels aren't that bad, really. I was trying to inhale that, but thanks, game. Although, I think you can get UFO in this room, if I remember right. Oh, I'm not getting it after that. Alright. I actually really like the tornado ability, which is kind of ironic, but it's a fun ability once you get the hang of it, though. Alright. This is also another really distinctly interesting level for this game, the good old boat. I think I will take Fireball for this, though. If one can spawn in, thank you. Because, yep, we have to fight Bonkers here. You do need either hammer or Fireball for this. They make it a lot more distinct in the remake over, like, needing to actually break that box with one of the two abilities. I think it is just straight up a gray block in the remake. But then, like, you know, you break that. One, how's anyone gonna know you can go through that door there? I don't know why I'm taking that, because I need to get laser here in a second. Okay. And this room's kind of funky here. Yeah, you want to be very, very fast doing that, and you can get the switch for this level. I believe every level in World 6 has a secret switch in it. Alright. I've honestly lost track how many times I've gotten this goal game so far. It's way easier in this game than it is in, like, any other Kirby game, I think. Alright, stage 4. This is another pretty fun one. Bit maze-like, but pretty fun nonetheless. Alright, so... there's a lot of secrets you can get here. You kind of need beam mostly, but if you kind of just explore around here, you can get things like that 3-up that you see up above here and a couple other things. I think sword might be good for that too. I'm just kind of going to ignore a lot of the secrets because I don't need extra lives here. So here's the secret of this level here. Again, in the remake, this is a lot more distinct. Like, even as a kid, I figured out that there was a secret there, because I don't remember exactly what the background, but I think it's a lot more distinct that it looks like there's a secret there. Which is... it's weird for me to think of, like, all the stuff I would have seen on, like, a GBA screen, because, like... It's funny even thinking, like... I only ever owned, like, a frontlit GBA. I never had a backlit one. Because, like, at the time I got my Game Boy Advance, like, backlit Game Boy Advance SPs weren't a thing by the time I got mine. In fact, like, even, like, the original DSs weren't backlit either, so... like, I know people, like, groan at the idea of frontlit screens nowadays, but that was, like... that was still kind of, like, a novel concept at the time, but... that's just how the GBA SP was. Which is a much more pleasant conversation this level. God, if there's any level I hate doing in this game, it is 6-5. If you have not played this game before, this stage is awful. Like, the stage itself, it's not bad, but the secret switch in it, good God, I have never once liked this level. I love the music here, which we're going to hear a lot more, like, later on. This is, like, the Rainbow Resort music. But, good God, I have no kind words for this level. It's a very short level. Like, legit, there's only one more screen after this. But this final screen. Oh, this final screen. Oh, this screen. This screen is a pain in the ass. Let's run down things here. There's a cannon below me. There's very fast enemies that often lag the game like crazy. There's a cannon below here. There's a cannon we gotta light down this way here. Wait. Holy hell on a stick. That is... like... wow. Like, again, like... well, I'll just do the goal game here. I didn't get the max out on that one there. I am gonna make another quick save state here, and not for reloading purposes, but just because, like, I don't want to have what happened to me earlier happen again. And I think we're officially past the point of, like, some of these suck. Sorry if you kind of heard that. There was just some background noise there. Guys, I'm, like, actually kind of impressed about that last level, because that is way harder than I made it look there. Like, if you've never played this game before, that... nope, turn around. Thank you. This level's fun because you can basically play the entire thing with UFO, which is really, really cool. And there is, in fact, a secret just down this way. But, yeah, that was... I think we're in the home stretch at this point, because the rest of this game's not that bad. 6-5, I think, is definitely the worst level in the game, and then everything else after that is pretty tame by comparison. No. Come on. Can I actually... I'm very shocked I got to keep that. You see the problem with the UFO right now, currently? I guess there's a lot more UFO enemies than I, like, initially made it out to be, but... Alright, I want to say it's the top path I always like going. I want to say so. I figured that would have actually killed both of those things. I'm honestly surprised UFO hasn't appeared in any other modern Kirby games except for Planet Robobot. Because, like, this was always a pretty big staple of most Kirby games, and I guess to give Squeak Squad a little bit of credit, I like that they sort of normalized this as a normal ability, rather than a, like a super rare one that you just can't take between levels. Like, they actually just removed that altogether for Squeak Squad, and I like that a lot about it. And time for the last of the Meta Knight fights here. I don't know why I'm so caring about UFO here. It's not like I get to keep this beyond this point, but... Can these things die, please and thank you? I guess this isn't so bad with the good old UFO here. Thank ya. And that's it for that level. And that's pretty much it for World 6 here, too. Alright. Meta Knight. It's time to duel. It's interesting that for this fight they were able to make it, like, program it so that you wouldn't lose abilities being hit. Like, I wonder if that's something they could have programmed but just didn't, or... So I'm sucking horribly here. Thanks. Thanks. Alright. Let's give this one another shot here. Thankfully, with 2 extra hits, this shouldn't be so bad. I know I've done this on extra mode before, so... Yeah, so I would have done that on extra mode there if I was playing on that. Well, you're unmasked. Let's go on to good old Rainbow Resort. Oh, I just remembered what this level is. This level's... I love the design of all these levels, but this level is a little bit on the annoying side, mostly, again, for its Switch. Though, thankfully, like... Stages 2 through 5 of this world don't have a Switch at all, which is just really weird to think. It also just makes this world, like, incredibly short as a result of that. Ah, crap. I'm gonna get rid of that, honestly. That's not that helpful to me going forward. You have to do a lot of ability swapping in this, and it's not even so much that it's, like, the ability swapping's annoying, it's that stupid fast-moving fireball enemy there. Because, like, he just automatically respawns all the dang time, and he's way faster than he has any right to be. But, yeah, I think we do have to break that Waddle Dee, or the Waddle Doo out there. think we have to use Beam for this, actually. If I can do it with Spark, I'm gonna give it an honest effort here, because... And also just the game lags a lot when you're in this area as well. Ah, crap, I can't reach that. No. See what I mean by this fast-moving guy just respawns all the dang time and just is a nuisance no matter what you're doing? Okay, that I know can reach what I need it for. And then you have to get, like, the fireball ability after all, so you can... Oh, really? I'm surprised I was not hit by anything there. I think this level's, like, the absolute worst case for... Really? Okay, thank God. And yeah. And then this block here is just randomly, like, you need Fireball to break that. It's just... It's not like it's the hardest thing in the world, but it is definitely, like, strange. And again, it's something I think the remake does fix, or at least show you that you need burning to get through that. It's funny for how much I say that the remake does fix up a lot of things, yet for some reason I enjoy playing this version of the game more. Also, I think that's the last, like, annoying switch in the entire game, though. Like, we're in, like, very good endgame turf at this point. I really like Rainbow Resort as a world, though. I can't explain why I like this world so much. It's just... like, it's a fun one to kind of just go through. And speaking of fun, let's challenge myself a little bit. Let's have some much harder time here, because... yeah, these fights can definitely be a little bit tricky here. Oh, I think you fight less fights on the hard path here. God, rolling turtle, you have to be way faster than you have any right to be. I'm losing that immediately, aren't I? No, actually. Oh, crap. I'd almost rather do this ability-less here. Oh, my... Really? Get out of here. Get the fudge out of here, rolling turtle. Okay. This is gonna be a pain in the ass with, like... Okay. That was only a 2-hit kill. I'm just not used to fighting enemies that move like they're on pixie sticks all day. And just one fire lion. I think in the main path, you have to fight 2 fire lions by the time you get to this point. I wouldn't mind if it's just the one I have to fight here. Crap, seriously? Well, I think it's just fire lion I have to fight again, though. Yeah. Like, extra speed or not, their patterns are still pretty simple to decipher here. He's not that much different. Got him, and I think that's it for this? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, yeah, you have to fight more enemies on, like, the main path for this. Don't... I could rewind, but you know what? Screw it. We've come so far, we don't need those extra 2 lives that I passed up, or extra 3, however many were left there. Seriously, man, this aesthetic is incredible, though. Like, you can definitely tell, like, this was late in the NES's lifespan, but, like, God, they push the system to the limits well. Alright, and stages 3, 4, and 5, you honestly could just intertwine them together, and I would think they're the exact same. Yeah, definitely. This is, like, this is just such a real... This is, like, a good-looking aesthetic no matter what game you're looking at, like... I think this was also, maybe not this level specifically, but there's one level in this world that, they made, like, slightly longer in the GBA version for, like, some reason, although it's a very short level, so I guess that's probably enough reason to give there. It might not even be this level, but... Also the good old level where you can just hold right. Like, yeah, you just have enough speed to go through some of those gaps there. Yeah, it's not this level. This level's really short too, though. Like, that's it. Actually, I think if the next level's the one I'm thinking of, there's an annoying section in one of these levels. I think it's the next one coming up. For kind of similar issues I have with 6-1. Because I haven't used Ball yet. And Ball Kirby, he needs some love too. Okay, that's about as much love as I'm gonna give Ball though. Okay, I definitely remember this level here, but at least just these, like, rooms here with all these weird enemies. Ass. Yeah, I mean, you could argue games like Canvas Curse and Squeak Squad kind of turn Ball into, like, its own gameplay, but, and I guess even, like, something like Dream Course by extension. But, like, honestly, I do like Ball as a concept. There's a lot of abilities I wish they would kind of revise. Probably not a lot from this game, because I feel like most abilities are pretty iconic in this game. Okay, yeah, this is the level that they add, like, a whole other room in the Game Boy Advance version of this game. That's just not in this one. And I remember that room being kind of cool looking, too, but you just kind of go in, like, one, like, really, really big circle. Alright, 6-5, last, like, normal, non-Switch level in the game. And... crap. This level also has, like, one kind of annoying room. Oh, shoot. I should have entered this with an ability. Yeah. Do I respawn in this room, or do I respawn outside of it? I respawn in it. Of course I do. You can definitely tell they do increase the speed of these mini-bosses late game, which honestly I never noticed until, like, way more recently. I don't know why or how I didn't notice it, but I just never did somehow. Come on. Can you please stop jumping over this attack? I'm not gonna do that yet. There's your death sentence. So they give you a wheel here, and I think if I remember right, this is not a good room for it at all. No, this is really not. This room is actually a big pain in the ass for similar reasons that I have with 6-2 or 6-1, whatever level it is that I died like falling in the pit there, because of crap like that. Like, this room's a lot more obnoxious than one might think it is, because it's simple in concept. Does Fireball help me with crossing these? I mean, that's an upward one there. Not well. I'm making a big mistake. Okay, that actually somehow paid off there. It's not like the hardest or most obnoxious thing in the world, but it's not the most fun thing either. And I'm gonna be real with you, I have no idea how you're supposed to get this, if I'm being honest. Like, how? How are you supposed to get this? I doubt I can... No, I can't hit it from there. Just how are you supposed to get that? Like, legit, to this day, I've never, ever figured out how on earth you're supposed to do that, but... I don't know, man. I don't know. And now time for the best level in the game. Honestly, I'm really, like, glad this is... I'm really glad this is, like, the final level of the game, just because it's just such a clever and unique throwback to, like, only one game prior, but... I don't know, I can't help but smile at this, even though I'm not even the most nostalgic for Dreamland 1, but I did borrow it from a friend once and beat it on that. I have a weird story with beating Dreamland 1, because I was actually standing outside of a police station when I beat that game. Not in, like, a bad way or anything like that. Like, I mean, I was only, like, 8 years old anyway at the time, but, my mom used to be, like, an auxiliary, police officer at one point. So... I didn't do anything, don't worry, I'm not the red Kirby from the Amazing Mirror commercial, but it's... But yeah, yeah, that's always just a weird, funny story I have with Dreamland 1, and I never realized at the time, like, just how short that game was. I don't even know if I realized it was the first Kirby game or not, but... Like, it's a lot, like, shorter than... I guess like... If you don't know how... I mean, Ardo, you obviously know, but, like, for anyone who doesn't know, it's, like, a 25-minute game, usually, most of the time, so... But... It is still a fun Kirby game in its own right, though. It's definitely good to see kind of where Kirby got his good old humble beginnings, and I should replay that at some point, too, because I haven't touched Dreamland 1, like, since the Dream Collection came out on Wii, and I remember beating that pretty effortlessly when that came out. And this was the secret that I could not find when I first played this game for the life of me, because I didn't know this was, like, a Kirby tradition at the time. Though, also, I don't think a lot of other Kirby games at the time had this tradition of hiding a secret in the moon, like, that's something from the original Dreamland, but I don't think a lot of other Kirby games in the mid-2000s had that. It's something that they brought back in, like, the modern era, and, like, every Kirby game has, like, some sort of secret like that. Okay. I'm doing this yet again because I don't want to lose a save file yet again. I don't know what the heck happened at one time. But we got DDD. He's the name you should know. DDD, he's the king of the show. He's a holler and hoot. He'll give Kirby the boot. This fight is kind of annoying. I'm not that great at this fight here, honestly. I don't even know, like, how great Cutter is for this. I used to hate its, like, puff-up attack when I was younger, and I don't know why looking back on it. Because it's by no means, yeah. I always have a habit of, like, getting hit by this guy, and then, like, while I'm trying to get my star back, that's when he uses the damn him-sucking-up attack. And then your star's just gone if he does that. Ah, shoot. Or weird crap like that happens. Like, this fight's a lot trickier than, like, it kind of looks on first glance. And I don't even think Cutter's, like... Oh, come on. I don't even think Cutter's, like, the best ability for this either. Okay, we got him. Nice, nice. Level 8, the Fountain of Dreams. No, no. Well, that was a smart idea now, wasn't it? Alright, Nightmare, let's have round 2 at this here now, then. You may have corrupted my game file last time I streamed this, but I'm gonna prove that... Okay, this fight's slightly annoying, but, like, this isn't that bad of a final boss, honestly, even though I've taken a few hits already. Maybe I've just also gotten used to fighting this boss over the times, but... It has a pretty set pattern, if I remember right. Like, I feel like I haven't damaged it enough as I should have, honestly, but... crap, I don't like seeing the screen get this bright here. I feel like I'm in trouble here if I don't start doing some damage now. Because eventually... Okay, I think I'm good here now. Need to hit it one more time. Thank you. Eventually, the ground does start... Yeah, right here. The ground will start rising, and that'll crush you if you don't do anything about that. I like how the Star Rod ability has, like, a witch hat, or a wizard hat. Just something you never really see a whole lot. Alright. Time to fight Nightmare. I remember also as a kid, this fight gave me a lot of trouble when I first played it. And I'm not really sure why, because I don't really find Nightmare that hard. Probably because I didn't know you could attack him on, like, every attack he has, pretty much. I thought he had to wait for, like, a certain attack, like this one here. I thought he had to wait for that in order to actually attack him. And he changes that up in the second half of the fight, also. I didn't get a chance to get close enough to his hitbox there. Sometimes he does weird stuff like that, but... He's not so bad, though. Sometimes you can't really get a good attack in on that. I couldn't tell if I hit him there or not. Also, shoot, I have, like, no health here. Yeah, I for some reason didn't know. Like, I thought it was only, like, the 1 or 2 attacks he has that expose his body, not everything in his whole dang kit. Okay, he only needs 1 more hit. That almost hit me there. And this is game here. Scream. Definitely a very pleasant sound. Phew. That actually feels satisfying to get done for once and not my game crash fighting Nightmare again. Kirby fought to find the Star Rod. But King Dedede did not mean any harm. Bad dreams have invaded Dreamland. Nightmare came into the Dream Spring, tried to cause pain to the people. Dedede foiled the Nightmare by hiding the Star Rod from him. Dedede helped Kirby beat the Nightmare. Now everybody's dreams will return to normal. Tonight, Dreamland will sleep well. Yeah, I do. Personally, I really love this game. It's hard for me to... Yeah. It's hard for me to kind of explain why, like... Or I guess it shouldn't be hard for me to explain why, like... It doesn't need... Games don't need to be, like... insane levels of depth to be... I guess enjoyable. And I think this game is definite proof of that. I know it's the NES, and a lot of NES games are kind of just that, but I don't know. There's something I always just find like enjoyable in this game, regardless. Director and game designer Masahiro Sakurai. That man does way too much for us that we take for granted every single second. Yeah, definitely. Like, this is always what I could classify as a comfort game. It's kind of funny that, like, I don't even think it's that much shorter than Superstar. Like, it's harder to compare. Yeah, I definitely would agree this is one of my favorite NES games. Mostly because I'm also just not a huge fan of, like, really stupidly hard games. And, like, a lot of NES games fall under that and also don't really fall under that for good reasons. And this game has its challenging moments, but it's not the hardest thing in the world either. But yeah, like, it's like, I don't even think this game's like that much shorter than Superstar, but it's hard to compare those two lengths because Superstar can like be long for different reasons, but this is just a really like simple game that never really overstays its welcome, and yeah. And we can finally play extra mode, which I'm definitely not doing because that's a thing. I kind of feel like playing some other random games here for a little bit, just because, like, I don't know, I just feel like playing something right now. We got Rygar. That game does not look good, I'm just gonna state that for the record. You know what? To get, like... To get interested in the later... The new Mario Golf, let's play some NES Open for a little bit, I guess. Also, I still find this interesting that, like, this of all games is one of the last games Daisy was in before, like, a pretty long hiatus. I mean, I don't think too much happened. I guess someone might have just forgotten to color in the rest of the picture, but... Maybe the colors of the dresses are a little bit wrong, but... Yeah, I don't know. I mean... Daisy doesn't really look that much different, but... in this, but... Or, like, different from Peach, I mean, but... let's... Yeah. Okay, I did not mean to... Really? Hitting B goes all the way back to the main menu from that? Seriously? Yeah, I get that. This is gonna suck, by the way. I'm awful at this game. I'm not great at Mario Golf to begin with, but... Oh god, this is gonna be... God, this is gonna be... How the Okay, how the fudge was that 4-mile-an-hour winds there? Okay, setting that to slow swing speeds there. How the fudge was that 4-mile-an-hour winds and it went that far off course? That... I'm sorry, that was not 4-mile-an-hour winds. That was like... That was like 40-mile-an-hour winds there. Also, I guess the wind just picked up there, I guess. Oh, God. This sucks. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I wanna play this for golf, but like... God, why do I want to play this? Probably way over the green. Yep. At least I'm, like, close to it. Can I, like, putt this here? Thank you. 29 yards. Well, I'm not gonna have to deal with wind speed here now. Putting should have been a lot more effective than that. I'm just gonna state for the record. I wish that went in. Please go in. Thank you. That was not good at all. But that kind of goes to show you how pain in the ass this game is. Oh god, a par 5. Oh man, no. I'll go with a top spin, I guess. What's the wind here? I can't even see from here. That was a decent shot there. Oh man. Okay, that's blowing backwards. That's fine, honestly. Crap. Oh, no. Is there also, like, Zelda menu sound effects here I'm noticing? Damn it, really? Come on. I guess I shouldn't have expected a whole lot there. That wasn't that bad of a shot, all things considered. Like, I know it was not great, but it could have been a lot worse. 38 yards. Okay. Alright, looks like I'm gonna be going downhill here. How far am I from this? Okay, that was a lucky shot there. Like, a double bogey. It's sad that a double bogey is impressive for this damn game's standards here. Honestly, I wouldn't mind, like, streaming some of the Mario Golf games again, though. Like, I've been kind of practicing a little bit with, the 3DS Mario Golf lately. Like, I've just been in a Mario Golf mood as of late. Ah, crap. How far am I from that? 54 yards. So about half that. Okay. That should be decent there. That barely got me out of the damn bunker, seriously. Oh, that would have been so nice if that went in. Only, like, how many yards from this? Yeah, not very many. I'll take a bogey in this game for what that's worth, because that was, like, God. Only 158 away from this. I'm gonna do something, like, bold as hell here. I'm gonna try and go all the way for this. Actually, I'm gonna go for 200. If I can. That's as close as I'm gonna get there. That's probably not good. That... Don't go in, don't go in. Damn it. Really? It's probably why my score sucked so much in that one other round that I did, actually. That's not a... I mean, that got close enough anyway, but not great. That could have been a lot worse, but it could have been a lot better also. It's funny how this outfit for Mario, of all things, became, like, an actual costume in Smash Brothers years down the road. That might have overshot that. Actually, that wasn't that bad. That was not a bad, like, go there at all. 22 there. Alright. Oh. Oh. Holy! Okay. I mean, I'd rather take a birdie. I mean, I kind of wish that was a par 5, so that would have been an eagle there, but I'll take a birdie on that one. I think I got a little more excited than I probably should have over that, but I mean... I actually was kind of thinking that might have been an eagle for a sec. No, don't be out of bounds. Damn it, seriously? The wind wasn't even blowing in that direction. Like, what the hell? Like, I hate how much, like, hitting it off center there, like, really does throw the ball, like, around like that. How far am I? Yeah, let's go with that. That's... Wow, I thought that was a lot closer to the green than that. Wow. 36 yards. But I have the thing blowing back, so... Oh man, that's way too strong there. Dang it. Just get me on the damn green. Of course I was off from that. Get in the damn hole. Actually, I'm only... Yeah, let's just go all the friggin' way here. That should come close. Don't... Okay, thank God. Not the best putt I've ever... Or not the best, like, shot I've ever done, but... Okay, 18 yards. Wind's blowing slightly down. Alright, let's give this a shot here. This should be good. And... That wasn't a great thing there, but... Let's go something like that there, and... Like that there. Nice. It's impressive enough I was able to get a par in this. It's even more impressive I ended up getting a damn birdie earlier. It would be way nicer if I could actually get an eagle on this. I remember hearing, like, a weird fake term in golf that, like, if you got, like, par 2, or, like, under 2, like, things on a par 5, or, like, how should I describe it? Like, if, not a par 5, but, like, a par, like, something greater than a par 5, if you got in, like, 2 strokes or something like that, it would be an ostrich, which I'm pretty sure just does not exist. Because I've asked, like, several family members, and... Oh, come on, that... How was that undershot? That was really... No. Let me actually use that there. I did not think that was... That's probably overshot it. How in the world is this... Okay. Let's just increase this shot power here, because my shots are getting eaten like no tomorrow here. Shots are getting eaten like a damn hungry hippo. Okay, now I overshot that by a mile. What the fudge is this? Holy sweet Jesus. That's getting... No, that wasn't the worst shot I could have had. Come on, keep me, like... Okay, thank you. Okay, that curved like a damn... What the fudge? Why? What? Why did that not go in? You guys see this, right? You guys saw that? Why the fudge did that seriously not go in? Oh, God. Hold on. Why did that not go in? Should not have missed. Like, Ardo's over here wondering what happened to Peach and Daisy. I'm just like, what the hell was that last shot? Okay, nice. Fairway, finally. Okay, wind's gonna be blowing down. 70 yards. Yeah, you know, that's actually a pretty good thing there. It's just a matter of... Okay, that's not so bad there. God, was that ever popped up high, though? Holy hell. It's probably been, like, the most, like, decent play I think I've played all night here. That's gonna curve a little bit, so, Oh, that was way too hard. Wow. I overestimated that one a lot. Alright, fine. Give me that dang bogey here. God, really? There's... Ugh. Alright, let's just hit this one full power here. Super shot. Okay. Wait. Ah, dang it. Okay, well, that's not so bad there. I can definitely birdie that if I get this right here. Nope, because I was missing that, but... Oh, wow, that was way off there. Okay, Okay, I'm surprised that, like, little light tap there was enough for that one there. That actually wasn't that bad of a shot, all things considered. The area where the green is, and like the flagpole and stuff, that kind of reminds me a little bit of like a GameCube controller there. I know I'm stretching to think of commentary on this game, but like, God, what am I even doing right now that I'm playing freaking NES Open Tournament Golf and getting excited if I can even land a damn birdie or something in this? 58 yards. Wind blowing kind of in my direction. Oh, crap. That was heavily missed there. That's a decent shot there. Way too hard, though. Wow. Come on! No! Let me... If this was Mario Golf, I could totally putt this no problem. Like, that would not have been a hard thing to putt in normal Mario Golf at all. There we go. Yeah. Double friggin' bogey all you want here, game. Why am I getting ready for Mario Party Super Rush? Or not Mario Party, Mario Golf Super Rush. Playing this damn game of all things. Crap. Damn it, Naked Toad. Oh no, that's going even further that way. Never mind. Okay, why am I on medium? Okay, I see why. You can get further distance out of the faster speed. Just, like, impossible to get, like, a decent timing on that, but I guess if you get good at it, then maybe. 94 yards. With the wind, this could be just enough, but... Ah, that was undershot to hell and back there. Actually, maybe not. Nah. Wow, that actually went further than I expected it to. That's going overshot. Why am I still playing this, guys? We all know my luck is not gonna get any better than that one dang birdie I got earlier. Of course that rolled down that hill, too. What's that? Plus 10? At this rate, we have to see what our end score is at this point, like... Ah, crap. It wasn't the worst that... I'm not used to how much this gets misangled if you just badly mess up, like, one small thing. Okay, that was actually a decent shot there. That could just keep going. Well, no, the thing got eaten up there. Okay, I want to hit it a little less than 38 there. That was a decent shot there. Yeah, that was really decent. Very, very decent there. And I'm just going to aim a little bit above that. Nice, nice. That's what I like doing. That is what I like doing. Oh, man. Don't go towards the... How the fudge was... you damn Naked Toad. Damn it, Naked Toad. Okay, that's curving... Oh, that might be a bit... Okay, well... That was a bit too much of a curve, but at least I'm not in the out-of-bounds place either. Damn it, Naked Toad would probably make for a decent raid message. Actually. That wasn't half bad a shot there. Well, it's going out now. Oh, actually, no, that is out. Dang it. 14 yards, of course. This is literally putting distance. In actual Mario Golf, I would totally... Oh, wait. Okay, well. At least that makes up for that, but... It's a double bogey and not like a plus 10, but... Is this a... Okay, no, this is a par 4. Alright, that's not angling too awkwardly there. Yeah, let's just use... that's 9 mile an hour winds. Okay, let's actually angle that a little bit. If I angled it slightly less, that would also not be too bad there. That might actually be a decent... that was a decent shot. It was just a bit too powerful. Okay. That's going too far, I think. Yeah. At least I'm on the green this time, but... Now, to land an impossible freaking putt here. Okay, where am I... Going uphill and down... Oh, that's such an awkward shot there. That's going too hard there. Whatever. That's going in, I think. Nope, nope, that had a curve literally the opposite freaking way. Okay. There we go. Alright, hole 16. Only 222 yards. I can actually... I need to go medium to even consider making that. Because the wind's blowing a lot against me there. Alright, let's try that. That's going out of angle a little bit, but... God, really? I didn't think I was that far away from that. Wow. Okay, that's a decent shot there. Go on the green, please. How was this not on the green? Seriously? Of course that missed. Well, at least this is an easy putt here, I think. Yeah, very easy. 2 more holes left, guys. Again, you're probably wondering why I'm playing this and not literally any other game, but... I don't know. This was also one of those free games they gave away if you got a 3DS before that price drop. It's part of the good old 3DS Ambassador program. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good thing there. That might not be too bad. Outside the green again, but it wasn't so bad, I guess. It's just 26 yards. Crap, that's angling. Okay, that could have been a lot worse, but not the best angle there. Yeah, okay, that curved way worse than I wanted it to. This is just a straight flat thing here, so... Yeah. Guys, last hole. Last damn hole. before we end this stupid monstrosity here. And we're going all the way with... Okay, you know what? That was just about the best shot I could have asked for there. Assuming I don't hit this damn tree in my way. Ah, crap. Crap. Oh, no. Okay, well, we didn't see a NECA toad there. Gonna go with that there, I think. That wasn't too bad of a shot. Oh, okay, thank God. Oh, this looks like hell. Okay, so I gotta hit it up a little bit, and ugh. I'm just gonna hit this and go for the best here. The best was not yet to come. Come the fudge on, seriously? Thank you. Let's see how bad our score is at the very end of that, because that was a... God, this was bad. I had one hole that was actually decent. Actually, I had... Okay, one hole that was a birdie, 3 that were pars, and everything else was just garbo. Oh my God. Well then, I can say this, if you're interested in the new Mario Golf like I am, I would not practice with this dang game. I would not practice with this dang game. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think I'll stick to the regular Mario Golf games. So, I think that is gonna do it for the stream here. I'll be back on Thursday again with more, Mario Galaxy. And... I don't know, I kinda wanna see who's streaming right now, because I think there are a good number of people live right now. Yeah, let's see. I see Nate's playing Smash. Christy's live with Spyro. Teeks is playing Donkey Kong 64. I think we might raid Christy, just because she usually raids me sometimes, so I think we'll return the favor a little bit. So, thank you guys for kind of tuning in tonight for tonight's chill Kirby stream. Yeah, so I'll be back on Thursday with more, Luigi Galaxy. Sorry for not streaming Final Fantasy VII this past weekend. I was just kind of burnt out. I just kind of wanted some rest time and whatnot. I should be back to normal by then, but I guess we'll just kind of wait and see, and yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Masterstarman, and I'll see you guys later.